take that lesson from YouTube to work because of what I've learned as the boss of myself, telling the designer to get his stuff done. Welcome to my channel. I've noticed some videos on YouTube, people talking about whether or not YouTube is worth it. I agree with most of what I've heard. YouTube has been life-altering. It's been 18 months since I started my channel. I just crossed 1,000 subscribers, which means that I'm now eligible to monetize. And I wanted to make this video before I made a single dollar. I wanted to be able to say that this has been worth it even before I've made any money. And even though I've monetized now, I don't make enough videos and I don't hit enough numbers for that monetization to be very meaningful. So if it's no salary replacement and it's not even really a good side hustle, then why am I still doing this? And I have 5 good reasons for why I continue to do this and how it has really changed things for me. The first is I'm learning something new. The second thing is it gives me motivation. The third thing is a bit of a surprise, but I think YouTube has actually made me better at my job. The other thing that I also wasn't expecting was because of YouTube, I've met other people. And then the last thing, and probably the funniest, is the algorithm. The thing that people mostly talk bad about, but honestly, it has made a huge difference. So I'll get into those 5 things right now. So when I say that I'm learning new things, like it's not just the obvious things. It's not just the editing or using my camera. Even though I'm comfortable with photography, videography is just a different thing. Editing is still an ongoing pursuit, but there's other pieces too. There's setting up the shot. There's making sure it works for video, trying to learn how to use my camera outside of my studio. I've been a designer, and at the beginning of my career, that's what this feels like. I wanted to learn as much as I could. I wanted to do all these things in design, and that part is so much fun, but that part is sort of finite. I'm not saying that I'm not still learning as a designer. I mean, I learn every day, but the pace at which I learn, you know, as you get more and more comfortable, as you understand, you kind of know what to expect. And I think I see that in some of the YouTube people that I follow. You know, some people that I only discovered a few years ago, they look like they're getting bored. That's also part of my learning experience is I watch other YouTubers and I see some of them that have the same passion they had from 10 years ago and some of them who are really falling off a cliff. If I keep it interesting for me, then hopefully that means I'll keep it interesting for you. And if I stop enjoying this, then it's no more fun for anybody. I'm not having fun making them and you're not having fun watching them. So there's fun when you're learning and you're trying new things. That's definitely a benefit of having a YouTube channel. You know, another thing that this YouTube channel has given me is motivation to do the things that I love. I was already doing photography. I've been practicing photography for many years, and I did it for myself, and I just enjoyed it when I enjoyed it. This YouTube channel, because of the nature of posting updates and because I want to keep my content current, I go out more. I go out and I do the things that I love doing in the name of getting another video out for my channel. If there's something that you enjoy doing, if there's something that you want to make a YouTube video about, I think you'll find that the act of doing the channel will have you doing the thing you want to do more. So it's a very motivating thing, and I appreciate the fact that I'm doing this more than I've ever done it before. If I upload images to Instagram or a photo sharing site and people like it, you know, that feels good. Ultimately, it's whether or not I like my photography. And when I post things to YouTube, it's not about me sharing my photos. It's more about me sharing my craft of the photos. I feel like I can communicate what it is I was trying to accomplish, what it is I was trying to do, why I like a lens, what feeling I was going for. Where when I post a picture, I don't usually post that kind of information. So it's just another motivating factor. I enjoy doing this channel as a form of motivation. I really believe this has made me better at my job. And I know that sounds completely ridiculous. With my job, and I work in a creative field, I work in a design field, and it's not as creative as you might think. Like, I have to solve problems creatively. I have to consider what's happening, and that is a very creative endeavor for sure. But the act of creating things that look nice, that are something that I designed, that actually doesn't happen that often. We have design systems, we work within frameworks, there's already solutions that users and human beings are kind of accustomed to with interaction models. So it's tough to break out of that just for the sake of creativity. On this channel, do whatever I want. Like in this instance here, I have condensed my studio space because I want a more intimate feel. Like, I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but this is the creative choice I've made. That outlet is there for me. Something else that was completely unexpected with this, because I'm learning how to put my thoughts in order so that these videos have a cohesive story from beginning to end, you can follow the story. I'm actually finding that I'm doing a better job of that at work. It's really interesting to take the skills that I'm learning from here and apply them to my job. Something else that's really important is, as a designer, as a person who's working with teams of multiple people, there's often a desire to hold on to an idea until you have it fully fleshed out. That's kind of a detriment to design culture. I think a lot of designers have that problem. But with YouTube, I've discovered that I can't go for perfect. If I want to post videos, if I want to grow the channel, I have to post regularly. I need to make this interesting for you. I take that lesson from YouTube to work because of what I've learned as the boss of myself of YouTube, right? The creator, the designer in me wants to make these videos perfect, but the person who's trying to run a channel and trying to grow something here is telling the designer to get his stuff done. It really has made me a better employee. I really do think that YouTube is worth it for just seeing the world a little differently. Something else that I want to talk about is how my YouTube channel has exposed me to other YouTube creators and other photographers who I think otherwise, without a YouTube channel, I may not have connected with in the same way. Like, you can connect over photography, but it's easier to connect over the struggle of making a channel, of growing an audience. And in doing that, I've met a lot of really cool people. An example of this is I was just recently invited to be on a podcast, the Basic AF podcast. I had so much fun doing it. In this podcast, I talked about tech, and it was somebody that I met on Threads, and we had a lot of mutual interests. But make no mistake, they wouldn't have invited me onto the podcast if I didn't have a YouTube channel. Like, just my love of tech and photography and wasn't enough for them to have invited me, but I was a guest because of my channel. The exposure that I've gotten and the ability to connect with people has been really one of the surprises. It's something that I didn't expect when I created the channel, but I definitely didn't have meeting new people around YouTube as one of the things. It's been a great experience. And then the last thing is the much derided algorithm. Everybody loves to hate the algorithm, and I get it. I mean, I really do get it. If you were depending on YouTube, if YouTube was how you made your money, it would be very frustrating to have a small change in that math completely alter how many people see your content. And I can understand that frustration. One of the things I find really weird is I subscribe to several people, and I'll notice after a while, whatever happened to that person's channel or whatever happened to that person's channel. And I'll have to go to my subscriptions and see that they have posted new content. I just didn't get it in my recommended for you because they probably posted something. I decided to skip it for a little while. Maybe I wasn't ready to watch it, or maybe the subject matter didn't interest me, so I didn't watch that one. And because I didn't watch that one, the algorithm decided to just not show me their work anymore. And that's frustrating. As a person who's creating the content, I would like it if you subscribed to see my stuff. However, the other side of that is I would not even have this many subscribers if I didn't have this algorithm. This was always my problem with blogging. I've tried blogging since, I don't know, really early on, a long time ago. I don't want to date myself too much, although the beard does a lot of that work for me. I've been trying to blog, and I know SEO. I understand how to optimize and put keywords in each blog post. So if somebody's searching for something I'm blogging about, then my blog might appear, but my blog never appears. My blogs, even though I think they were well written, they just didn't find an audience. Only, friends and colleagues would read my blog posts. And so it was always really hard to stay motivated to keep the blog. So I would start one, and then after a few articles, I would start to taper off, and then it would be gone for a few years, and then I would start again. This is totally different. Like, even at the beginning, at the very, very beginning, when I had no subscribers, and then I just had 5, and then I had 8. I mean, I thought it was crazy that I had 8, and then I had 25. Even in those lull times where I didn't get a subscriber for days or weeks, I could see that views were still coming in. Because of that algorithm, because I'm a photography channel, my stuff was being bubbled up to people who showed an interest in Fujifilm or photography or any of these things. So it's a rewarding thing to have an algorithm helping you, a small creator, actually find a voice. Okay, so that's my 5 reasons for why YouTube is important to me. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. All right, we'll see if I got anything out of this. That's my 5 reasons.